I am pretty cold right now. Not necessarily the most prepared for the current weather. But anyways, my name's Alvaro. I'm a landscape photographer from the Pacific Northwest. And today I'm here at Smith Rock. It's a beautiful area. I've never been here before with snow, which is nice. We just had a really cool breeze come through and a nice dumping of snow. So for me, this is pretty exciting. I've been here before plenty of times, but I usually come in the summer or spring. So usually when it's really rainy or really hot, but having the snow is a nice addition. And in this area, as far as photography goes, it's kind of self-explanatory. I mean, look at this. I mean, that's beautiful. You can get a nice wide lens and just get a grand vista shot of everything going on right here. Or you can get a telephoto lens and just zoom in and get some nice detail shots. And there's also a fair amount of wildlife here. It's a place full of many different things to photograph. Usually there's people climbing up and down these rock faces, which is insane. So yeah, they say this place makes photographers and rock climbers. I'm afraid of heights, so I became a photographer instead. Now, the challenge for me here is there's just so many different things to take photos of. Right now, I have a 24mm lens on, Sony A7RV, so that definitely lends itself well to taking the grand vista shot, getting everything in the scene. But I just saw a really pretty bird fly by, and I hate the fact that I don't have my zoom lens on. You're always gonna miss out on something because there's no perfect lens that can get everything. So you kind of have to figure out, what do you want to do when you go to a location? Like what is the goal? For now, I think what I'm gonna do is just get like a grand vista shot, all of this. I've got a good point of view from up here right now, so I'm gonna get some of those photos. I can see some eagles flying up by the rocks over there, so not a shortage of things to take photos of, but a shortage of decisions for sure. You have to make a decision on what to shoot. So I've made my first decision. Wide photo. I'm very cold, okay. So to tell a story of this place, I think it'd be cool to have this bench as one of the subjects for this spot, because people come to this bench just to take this in right here. So I'm gonna get my tripod out, do it all properly, and see what we come up with. The sun is right behind this big rock right now, so it's a good time to do it. Okay, so from the point of view, it's gonna be that big rock, the sun up there. The story is this bench, because people come here to take in this view, and you're gonna get all of that in the shot. I think that's a good first shot to kind of get the creativity flowing. But I want to show you something, just kind of go over a tip that I have for taking, now I struggle with this word, so panoramas, panos. Essentially, what I recommend is you set your camera up in like this portrait orientation kind of way. Simply because you want to be able to get more of the foreground and more of the sky. And with a pano, you're going to be doing this motion, so you're going to take a photo here, photo here, photo here. You get the idea. And then all those photos that you take, you're going to stitch into one image. The more images you take, the wider your photo will be. And it would be a shame if you don't get a lot of the foreground and the sky. You know what? The sun just popped up behind that rock. Eey. Right there. So I'm actually going to redo my image. Well, that was some good timing. If the photo turned out good, here's the shot.
I'm really happy with how it turned out. I like how the sun is poking out behind that jagged rock and under the clouds. I like how dramatic the clouds are in the sky, giving it an extra layer of interest. And there's something about the bench that is just so inviting, and it really gives a feeling of what it's like to be at this location. And you might even ask yourself, who would I bring to spend some time with here?
I love this place. It's just so quiet. And it's really popular, so it's usually just hard to get photos without people in them. But yeah, you know, I'm very cold though. Like, okay, check this out. I am a proponent of barefoot style shoes. And these shoes are basically just thick socks. And this snow is very cold. Good for your feet. Look into that. Trust me. Okay, so we're on the other side of the park now, and still very cold. A little bit less snow, but I wanted to share something cool with you guys. The like 3 of you watching. But this little peak right here, I think it's a really interesting shape, but the secret comes out at night and during the fall. So during the fall, when Orion's Belt constellation is out in the sky, you can actually get a really good shot of Orion's Belt over this section right here, right there. It looks really, really pretty. And if I find the photo, I'll put it on the screen right now. And it's a photo that I want to redo because honestly, when I found the shot, I was kind of a beginner and I didn't know. I still am a beginner, to be honest, but I know a little bit more now. So it's a shot that I want to redo, but I have to wait basically towards the end of summer or early fall. Yeah, whenever Orion's Belt comes out, which is usually towards the end of the year. But yeah, it's a really pretty spot. I've never actually hiked all the way up there. I mean, there's just so many places to look at here, and you even have the moon somewhere up there right now. So if you come here in the fall and you have a clear night, I recommend to you just come to the parking lot and get this shot, because that's worth taking. What a peaceful and beautiful day. So it's starting to get sketchy. The ice and the snow makes going downhill more entertaining, I guess is a good way of putting it. So this is the way down to, I have no idea, I think it's the river trail, so you can walk right alongside the river. And there's a cool tree down here. This one time when I came here, I spoke with this she was super cool and nice, but definitely like, dude, hippie lady. And she told me it was called a wolf tree. I don't know why. I don't know if it's actually it, but ever since I've just like, oh yeah, that's the wolf tree every time I come over here. So this rock in particular is a pretty interesting looking one, in my opinion. You do have this tree right here that kind of gets in the way. I don't know what kind of tree it is. I should probably learn these things, but it's a tree and it looks nice. If you look in the middle of that rock, there's a giant eagle nest inside of it. So I'm gonna switch lenses and get my my camera is in the snow. That's not good, but I'm gonna change lenses and zoom in and get a photo of that eagle nest right there. Maybe we can get an eagle too. Probably not, but maybe. And yeah, overall, this is a pretty good composition that I think people kind of just walk by, because you walk down here and you make the turn and then you go down to like the river area down there. It's, yeah, look out for the details, and I'll just go take a photo. Yep. It literally is just a bunch of branches and twigs, but yeah, eagle nest. Very cool. There's like no one around. People are smart not to come out here when it's snowing. Wait, what does that say about me then? I only have 2 zoom lenses. It's this one, but this is a 100 to 400, and my other one is a 200 to 600. Here are my lenses for the day. I have 24 millimeter, 35, and 50, and then this thing. That's what I'm working with today. Yeah, it is a hassle changing lenses. Oh, don't fall so frequently, but do I bite the bullet? Buy a zoom lens? I really like these primes, so I don't know.
It was right at this point that I changed to a 35 millimeter lens and I took this photo.
Well, I made it down that hill without falling, but I definitely slipped a few times. The rocks here are pretty sharp and pointy, so you could get a pretty nasty fall. And as promised, the wolf tree. It's at the bottom of the, I'm looking at a sign, the Homestead Trail, and it's right kind of near the river. I'm not going there, it's too cold and there's a lot of snow, but there's this tree right here. So I'll show it to you. It's got this really beautiful, gnarly branch. Look at that. Look at how just twisted this is. So it definitely makes for an interesting subject. And then you have the nice background with the rocks, the cliffside over there. I have some ideas of how I'm going to take this photo, so I'm going to set up my tripod and see what I can get. So there's our image right there. The idea is to get some shots about here and then go panning until about there. So this rock right here, actually you can just see it in the video, it's behind this branch. I think we'll just add some interest to the image. So the terrain right here is not very easy to work with, so I'm just going to take the photo, and if it turns out good, even if it turns out bad, I should show my mistakes, which there's plenty of. So even if it turns out bad, here's the shot.
Now, I don't want to accuse anybody of being a liar, but I don't think this is actually called a wolf tree. Anyways, I think it turned out pretty good as well. I think I captured the branch that is just so unique looking, so twisted and gnarled. And I wish there was just some more snow on the ground at this area. It would have added more contrast to the image, and also that the back wasn't so bright. But overall, I had a good time taking this photo, and I will definitely go back under different conditions and try it again.
Okay, I think it's time to head back to the car. I do not have the right clothes on for this, and but I keep seeing pretty pictures everywhere, so I think many of you will appreciate this. Are you by any chance out of shape or a slow hiker? Here's the tip. Get yourself a camera. It's simple. If you're stopping, you're not stopping because you're tired or out of breath or slow. No, you're stopping because you're an artist and you found a photo that you want to take. So go ahead, pull your camera out on your way back and go ahead and take that photo, because yeah, it's definitely not because you're super tired after just a little bit of incline. No, it's because you're an artist. This is actually pretty steep though, and it's icy. So I'm gonna focus on not injuring myself.
The walk back to the parking lot took me literally several minutes. But on the bright side, on the way back, I was able to get this photo, and I thought it was pretty nice.
I made it back, didn't slip, didn't fall. I did slip a few times, but no injuries. And on the way back, I got some photos of some birds. It was a little dark, so I wish it was brighter. You know, had there been more light, I could have probably focused on them better. So I don't think I got like a banger shot for the birds, but I love those little creatures. They're so interesting and they're so peculiar. They're so funny. There's one more thing I want to show you guys before I end the video, and it's kind of just it's one of my other hobbies, and this will either go very smoothly or very wrong. Let's see what happens. Okay, very good. I just can't be bothered to walk, you know? And here we are. It even has a little cheer sound when it does it right. It doesn't always do it right, but when it does, it's pretty cool. But yeah, that's all for this time. Hope you got some value out of it. If you've never been here, I highly recommend it. Just, you know, take care of the place. Don't be an idiot, and be careful, because definitely high injury areas, high injury risk in many of the areas. So just be careful. And there's a lot more of this place that I just couldn't show. You really need like several days here to see everything it has to offer. But yeah, that's everything for now. I'm gonna get in because it's cold. See ya.